Hey guys, it's James Upjohn from MagicSubmitterTutorials.com. In this video, we're going to look at a Magic Submitter overview. If you haven't already watched the SEO basic training video, I highly recommend that you head over to MagicSubmitter.com/training and check that video out. In this video, we're going to start off by looking at Magic Submitter basic terminologies. Knowing the correct terminologies will help you better understand the other videos in the series and will also help if you ever need to place a support ticket or share your ideas on the forum. If you ever need to place a support ticket, you can do so by visiting www.askalexkrulik.com or by emailing support@magicsubmitter.com. If you want to access the forum, you can do so by visiting magicsubmitter.com/ms-forum. Now, we're going to start looking at the different terminologies. The first terminology we need to familiarize ourselves with is profiles. As you can see from the icon, it's a folder icon with a green arrow pointing out of it. Profiles are where the user registration details are stored. It's where you'll find names, addresses, telephone numbers, email addresses, passwords, etc. Magic Submitter creates random profile information for you so that you don't have to use your real contact details when creating multiple accounts. You can download up to 5 pre-created profiles per day. The next icon is the projects icon, and you can see it's a manage projects icon. It's a green circle with a white plus in it. You can access this from the profile folder. All profiles are stored in projects. Projects are the upper tier in management for all your different campaign details to be stored in. You can make new projects based on niche or company and will then create profiles within that project. You can have an unlimited number of projects. Next, we've got accounts. You can see from this, the accounts icon is a contact form and it's got create accounts written underneath it. Accounts are services that you have registered your profile information with. Once you've created profiles, Magic Submitter can use the profile information to create accounts at the different services included within the software. Next is submit items. It's a blue book icon with manage items written underneath it. Once Magic Submitter has created accounts, you can submit items to the services. Items could be an article, a video, a blog post, a bookmark, an RSS feed, or anything else. Magic Submitter refers to this submission content as submit items. Next, we've got services. These are the websites found within each service type. You can submit items and create accounts to services. Service types. Magic Submitter groups these services together based on the submit item the service accepts. These groupings are referred to as service types. Here's a couple of examples of service types: blogs, videos, RSS feeds, etc. Next is categories. When posting submit items, some services will require you to choose a suitable category for your submit item to be posted to. Onto the submission matrix. The submission matrix is a grid which appears as the main window in Magic Submitter. You can use the submission matrix to see the services listed under each service type, the page rank of services, the status of submissions, and the last message. The last message provides a reason if an account creation fails for that particular service. On the far right of the submission matrix, you will see green checks or red X's to indicate a success or failure during account creation and item submissions. At the bottom of the submission matrix, you'll see the submission matrix bottom toolbar. Here we can see in blue, the project name is restaurants, the profile name is restaurants 2, the services count is 68, and the scheduler is sleeping. The project name tells you which projects you're currently working on, and the profile name will tell you which profile you currently have selected within a project. The services count, this lets you know how many services there are for the service type you've selected, and the scheduler allows you to see what state the scheduler is currently in. Unless you're a power user of Magic Submitter, most of the time the scheduler will say scheduler sleeping. It's nothing to be alarmed about. Next is campaigns. You can see this is a free box icon, blue, gold and green, and it's got manage campaigns underneath it. A campaign is the coming together of all of the different service types and submit items to form a structured way for you to post your items. The campaign designer is a drag and drop interface that allows you to create, edit, delete or save campaign strategies and campaign templates. You access the campaign designer by clicking on manage campaigns and then creating a new campaign or editing an existing one. Next is the campaign wizard. This is a magic wand icon with 3 stars coming out of it. And this is a step-by-step wizard that allows you to create campaigns in an easy to manage way. Next is the links manager. This is where you'll find all your links for the campaigns you've submitted with Magic Submitter. The links manager is project specific. The links in the links manager alternate between blue and black in colour. The only purpose of this is so that it makes them easier to read. You can view, edit, delete or export the links in the links manager or send them to indexing services. Now that you have an understanding of the different terminologies that Magic Submitter uses, we're going to jump into the software and take a closer look at where you can find each of the features mentioned. We will also explore navigational concepts and look at some other cool features the software has to offer. So guys, we're now in the main tab of Magic Submitter. As you can see, if I highlight here in orange, this is the submission matrix that we were referring to in the basic terminologies. There's some great things that you can do with this. As we can see here on the left-hand side, these are the services. You can change between services by clicking this drop-down menu in the service type toolbar. And you'll notice that when we do change, in the bottom, you'll see that the services count for this one is 33. There's 33 bookmarking sites in Magic Submitter, 68 blogs. And the great thing about this service types as well is you can select any one of these, but next to each service type you can see there's a show help for selected service type button. It's the question mark icon with the blue circle around it. If we click on that, it'll tell us exactly what each one of these service types is. You can see here bookmarking services. It'll also tell you what information that you need to include in each of the fields when doing a submit item. For each service type you select, it's a different help. So I do recommend familiarizing yourself with each of those. Next to the help button, we've got items to submit. This is our submit items. If we click on this, we'll have a drop-down menu of all of the different submit items we have. And you can also, when you've selected one, click on the edit selected submit item and it will bring up the submit item window. In here is where we put all of our different content. I will do a video relating to submit items and content creation. Next we got the select drop down. From here we can manipulate the data within the submission matrix. We can do things like select all service types. You'll notice it's now put checks next to everything. Or we can unselect all and that will take all of the checks off. And we can also do things like if we only wanted to submit to those sites that have categories, for example, we can highlight those and click select highlighted. There's also other options in here, select all activated. If you've activated half of the accounts or quite a few of the accounts within the service type, you can just choose to select those ones with the green check marks. You can also select all failed, and that will only select those that have got red checks next to them. The reason you would want to do this is you wouldn't want to submit an item to service types that are not activated yet. And also with the select all failed, you may want to try and recreate the accounts for those sites that failed. You can also select not submitted for the same reason. You may want to just submit to those ones. You may want to select in error state during account creation so you can try and recreate those accounts. And you can also select sites based on their PR. PR stands for page rank. Also, in certain service types like articles, you can select based on platform. We may decide we only want to submit to article dashboard, for example, or article friendly. Any one of these. If we click that, let's say article castle, you'll notice that it's only selected those sites that have got article castle as its platform. Along the top, we've got the quick access toolbar. In the quick access toolbar, you'll notice different icons in here. By default, you'll have the links manager, the pinger, and the random links. The links manager will be used for all of your links for your campaign. The great thing is I don't have the pinger or the random links manager in there by default because I've customized mine. To customize it, all you need to do is click one of the icons in the quick access toolbar and click customize quick access toolbar. So I'm going to put it back to the default, which is the links manager, the pinger, and the random links. And this is what your Magic Submitter will look like. So the pinging icon is a great feature within Magic Submitter. All we need to do with this is put our URL in with the HTTP. So I'll put in magicsubmittertutorials.com and I'll click start. What this is going to do is this is going to alert all of Google's servers as well as other ping servers online that my URL has been updated. So if I make on-page changes to my SEO or it's a new domain, I can set the pinger to that URL and it will just alert the servers to come and check it out. Also included in the pinger, we have fast domain indexing. Again, this is a great feature. This is for brand new sites, YouTube videos, etc. Anything that you want to get indexed quickly, we can click on fast domain indexing. This time we put our URL in without the HTTP, so it would just be, in my case, magicsubmittertutorials.com. When I click save on this, you'll notice that what Magic Submitter is going to do is it's going to create pages for me on statistic type sites like aboutus.org. This is good because Google crawls these sites very frequently. It's very quick and easy to incorporate, and you'll notice that all I did was click fast domain indexing, put my URL in and click start, and it's already in progress. I don't need to do anything else. Okay, so for the speed of the video, I closed the fast domain indexing. The next icon that we have is the random links icon. If you click here, you can put your URLs in. Typically, you put these in one per line. And these URLs are going to be authority domains or other URLs that you own or backlinks that you've created with Magic Submitter. You can put them in the random links list. The random links list is profile specific, so you can have multiple random links lists. Now looking at these different icons along the ribbon, we've got the profiles icon, and if we click on that, you'll notice that we've got the managed projects that we talked about earlier. When you're in the profiles, you can create a new profile, edit a profile, delete a profile, export selected profiles or import selected profiles. You can also switch between your different projects by clicking on your project names. Once we're in here, if we double click on a project, you'll notice that at the bottom, we're now in Restaurant 4. If we go back in here and we want to go to a different project, we can double click on Restaurants 5 and we're now in that project. You can click the arrow next to the icon and choose one of the other profiles too, which will switch between them. For quick access, if you want to edit a profile or create a new one, you can click these two icons here, create profile or edit existing. Then we've got the campaign wizard we discussed earlier. If you click on this, you'll see you fill your details in here and click next, and you'll just keep clicking next through the campaign until eventually you get to the end. The next is the manage campaigns icon. If we click on this, you can see your campaigns listed by project. You can switch between your different projects and you can go in and create new campaigns, edit existing campaigns or delete campaigns. Rather than creating new campaigns in the manage campaigns, it's much easier and more effective to use the campaign wizard icon. Next, we've got manage items. Manage items, as we said in the slides, manage items is used to create or edit our existing submit items. Along the top here, we've got create submit items, edit submit items, delete submit items. You can copy submit items. You can create submit items for service types chosen, copy selected submit items to other service types, create scheduled tasks from submit items chosen, import submit items from CSV, create CSV import files. You can import from text edits or you can export to text format. Again, there's two different drop-down menus here, so you can check your submit items based on projects, and you can also do it based on service types. Next, we've got create accounts, and we've also got create accounts for all service types chosen. This is really simple to use. If we want to create accounts for the bookmarking service types, we can right click, select all, and click create accounts. What we can also do is, rather than individually creating accounts for each service type, we can click on create accounts for all service types chosen. We can select which ones we want to create them for, and we can click run now. If you don't want to run them now, you want to run them later, you can set the date and time in which you want to create the accounts and then click create scheduled tasks. Next, we've got read emails. Once you've created all of your accounts, you need to read the emails for that inbox to confirm the emails. You can either do this manually by clicking read emails, or when you finish creating the accounts, there will be a pop-up from Magic Submitter asking if you want to read the emails. If you say yes, it reads them straight away. If you say no, it'll wait 20 minutes before confirming the emails. Then we've got submit to selected services. Once you've created the accounts and you've read the emails, you can choose the item you want to submit, select the accounts that you want to submit to, either manually or by highlighting a bunch of them and choose selected services, or select all, and then you can click submit to selected services. The next icon is run user defined commands. This is used for custom commands for service types. By default, Magic Submitter has a register commands and submit commands in the designer. We will do a video talking about that in more detail, but some sites have custom commands. Let's say it's not a submit command you're trying to do or a register command. It might be something different, like trying to pull the categories for articles. You can run the user defined commands after creating accounts, and Magic Submitter will run some custom code. Next, we've got the task scheduler. Inside the task scheduler, you can sort by project or by campaign, and it will let you know what tasks are running and the service types and what status they're at. I will do a video on the task manager which will explain this in more detail. Next, we've got set categories. With some service types, can see that they require categories. They're usually in Magic Submitter service types that are in blue bold font. Just as a quick overview, what we can do is we can right click, select all services, hit set categories, choose a niche that we're in, let's say business, and click set categories. Magic Submitter will then select business as a category for all service types shown in blue bold font. We can also save categories if we go in and we make custom changes. Let's say we don't want a home business, we want something else, advertising. We can save those categories as a default list. When we then come to do another submission in the same niche, we can simply click load categories and it will load those categories that we saved previously. Next, we got the options tab. Again, as a quick overview, inside the options tab, we got the general settings, capture settings, setup indexing settings, proxy settings, email settings, Magic Submitter, rewriter integration, and expert settings. I have done a video entitled Options tab. Check that video out. It will teach you more about this in depth. Next, we've got the help button. If you click on the help button inside Magic Submitter, it will take you to the magicsubmitter.com/training page. Here you can find details of any upcoming webinars. You can find other training videos. It's a really good page to associate yourself with. Next, we've got support. If you click on support, it will take you through to the Magic Submitter forums. Finally, along the ribbon, we've got exit. Unless you're completely finished with Magic Submitter and you don't have any campaigns or tasks pending, don't click exit. If you finish with Magic Submitter, the best thing that you can normally do is just click minimize, and it will minimize to the system tray. Only use exit to completely exit out of the program. Remember that if you do exit out of the program, any links that are pending won't be built until you restart the program. The last thing that we need to look at inside the main tab is the right-click options. If we right-click on options, you'll see that we can choose selected service types, select all activated, select all failed, select in error state, select not submitted, and select random. This follows on from these two icons that we have here. What we can also do if we wanted to is we can set active status. Let's say we've added one of our own sites to Magic Submitter and we've got our own login name and password. We can set Magic Submitter to set active status for that account so it doesn't try and create the account because we already have that. Next, we got set submitted status. If something's already been submitted, we can change it to set submitted status, then Magic Submitter won't try and create that by default or won't try and submit to that by default. Same with set error status. Next, we got export to Excel or export selected services to text file. Once we've created accounts or we've submitted items, we can right click in the matrix, click export to Excel. It'll export all of the login details for us in case we want to manually log into any of those. Next is check page rank. Magic Submitter comes with a built-in page rank checker. All we need to do if we want to update page ranks for any service type is choose a service type from the drop-down menu, right click, select all, and right click again, check page rank. That will whiz through very quickly and update all of the page ranks for us. Next, we've got add to blacklist. If you add any of your own sites to Magic Submitter or you find a site in the submission list you're not too happy with, you can add it to the blacklist, and then on the next database update or when you next try and add your own sites, if you've already blacklisted those sites, they won't be added to Magic Submitter again. To access the blacklist, you just need to go into the platform tab, which is the third tab along, and you'll see it's the icon here, sites blacklist. If you've blacklisted anything, it will be included in here. If you blacklist things by accident, just go into the sites blacklist and delete them. Finally, we've got the statistics. Here, the statistics show us the total services for this service type, how many we've got selected, how many we've created, how many are in error, how many we've submitted to, how many failed, and what our overall success rate was. That's the Magic Submitter main tab overview. There are some other tabs along the top here. We've got a designer tab. I will do a designer tab overview video. I'll also do a platforms video, and we'll look at reports, utilities and system in other videos too. So I really hope that's been beneficial to you. I really look forward to connecting with you again soon. Thank you very much.